All right, you've seen them all over your social media feeds, right? Those brands that promise to cut out the middleman and deliver right to your doorstep. But lately, something kind of strange has been happening. The whole story of these direct-to-consumer brands is taking a really unexpected turn.
I mean, it's a question you've probably asked yourself. Brands like Warby Parker and Casper, they built their entire empires online. That was their whole thing, a new way to shop. So why are they suddenly setting up brick and mortar stores in our neighborhoods? What is really going on here?
You might have seen the headlines suggesting these digital native brands are failing, that the online only dream is basically over. But is it really that simple? Come on, the truth is a lot more interesting than just a story of decline.
See, this isn't really a story about failure, it's a story about evolution. These brands aren't just disappearing, they're adapting, they're growing up, and they're completely rewriting their own rulebook because the market itself has totally changed.
So while the popular myth is that the whole direct-to-consumer experiment has failed, the reality is way more nuanced. The original model isn't dead, not by a long shot. It's just being forced to mature into something stronger, something that's actually sustainable.
And this right here really captures the core of the shift. The old playbook, just relying on social media ads and e-commerce, it's just not enough anymore. A new hybrid model is taking its place, one that blends the power of digital with the trust you can only get from physical retail.
Okay, so why did this evolution even have to happen? What broke that original online-only model? Well, it really comes down to three major pressures that started to show some serious cracks in the foundation.
At the very heart of this story is one crucial concept: customer acquisition cost, or what everyone just calls CAC. Think of it like this. It's the price a brand pays in marketing just to get one new person like you to buy their stuff. And in the early days, that price was incredibly low.
But yeah, that didn't last. The cost of getting our attention online just exploded. All of a sudden, you had hundreds of new brands flooding platforms like Facebook and Google, all bidding against each other for the exact same ad space. The price went through the roof, and for many of them, it became completely unsustainable. The second challenge was, well, it was just human nature. It turns out that for certain products, like glasses you're going to wear on your face or a mattress you're going to sleep on every single night, we still want to see them, touch them, and try them out in person. A website, no matter how great it is, just can't replicate that trust-building physical experience. The solution to that problem has a name: omnichannel. Now, this is the strategy of creating one seamless experience for the customer, whether they're shopping on their phone, their laptop, or by walking into a physical store. It's all about meeting the customer wherever they are. And the third factor that forced this big change: money. In the early days, venture capital was just pouring into these DTC brands. One expert put it perfectly: there was so much money sloshing around, it was actually difficult for a brand to do badly. All that cash was masking a lot of the model's underlying problems. But eventually, investors started asking the tough questions, about actual profit. When those super high acquisition costs and expensive shipping became impossible to ignore, that dry powder of easy venture capital money, it just vanished. Brands were forced to prove they could actually make money on their own. Now, what's fascinating is that the exact same forces, those rising costs and a real need for a genuine connection, were also turning a whole other industry upside down: the world of influencer marketing. The old model of just paying a huge celebrity or influencer for a single shout-out, well, it started to lose its power. Audiences got skeptical, we all became experts at spotting a disingenuous paid ad, and that erosion of trust, plus more regulations, made the whole model way, way riskier. This led to a huge strategic shift. Brands started to realize that a mega influencer with millions of followers who don't really care was often way less valuable than a smaller creator with a few thousand loyal fans who genuinely trust their recommendations. And this led to the rise of the micro-influencer. We're talking about creators with a deep, authentic connection to a very specific audience. Their endorsement doesn't feel like a paid ad. It feels like getting advice from a friend you actually trust. So when you put all of this together, the changing economics for DTC brands and this big shift in the influencer world, what does the new playbook for success actually look like? Well, the new playbook is pretty clear, and it really follows a three-part strategy. First, go hybrid to meet customers wherever they are. Second, you've got to embrace a physical presence, not to replace your online store, but to build trust and connection. And third, partner smart. Focus on authentic creators who have earned real influence, not just a big follower count.
So the next time you hear that the DTC model is dead, you'll know the real story. This is not about failure. It's about smart adaptation. It's a sign that the market is maturing, brands are getting smarter, and honestly, it's leading to a better shopping experience for all of us.
Which leaves us with a final, fascinating question. In an age where our lives are becoming more and more digital, could the most powerful way to build a brand now be in the physical world? Something to think about. Thanks for joining this explainer.